it's kind of weird that, there's no Francis Ngannou.
I think she's dangerous for anyone.
I can understand why he would like to see her go over to the UFC.
Well, in other news, we had some breaking news coming out of the PFL. PFL is heading to Lyon, France. How do you enunciate that? Lyon, France? Lyon, France?
Lyon.
Lyon,
Lyon.
France.
Lyon, France.
And they're going to have Nemkov versus Fiera for the PFL heavyweight world title. And they're also going to have Chris Cyborg versus Sarah Collins for the women's featherweight world title. What do you think?
Both of them are good. Both of them are good fights. You take first off, they haven't used Nemkov near enough. Fahea had the fight against Francis Ngannou and lost that one. He's had two fights. Let's see. He had Nemkov and him fought on the same night when they were in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Nemkov fought Bruno Capoloza, and Fahea fought Ryan Bader. So they both fought on that night. Then Fahea fought against Francis Ngannou, and that's his only fight since then. You take a look at Nemkov he's good. He's a talented fighter because he's good. His wrestling's really good. His submission game is good. His stand-up is good. He throws a lot of kicks. He just does everything well. Fahea's got the size.
Oh yeah.
When you take a look he's a behemoth. It's 6'8" and 265 pounds, but he's going to have his hands full because Nemkov's going to be tough for him to get a hold of, and Nemkov is going to be eating at his legs for a while, and then it's going to be a matter of if Fahea gets taken down, that's Nemkov's world, and I don't care how tall you are or how big you are. When you're on your back, doesn't matter. And so that's a lot of people are going to look and think I'm wrong. That's a fight that I'm going to tell you. I think Nemkov's going to be the favorite, and we're going to see. It's it's interesting, and I like Problema is fun to watch because he's a problem, especially in the first round. But he does slow down, and in the fifth, especially in a 5-round fight, he's got a lot of size to carry around. And now that Nemkov has been, Nemkov used to lose too much weight. He used to go from 240 pounds down to 205. Yeah, and so now he's naturally at that 240 pound range. He's the hybrid that we talk about. He's kind of like the Cain Velasquez.
Mm-hmm.
Not at the upper end of anything, but man, he's just a talented person everywhere with a lot of skills. So good fight. Glad to see it. It's kind of weird that, there's no Francis Ngannou. Francis beat Problema, and Problema's fighting for the title, and there's no Francis Ngannou anywhere. So who the hell knows what's going on with the PFL and Francis, but that's a really good fight. The Sarah Collins, I think, is Sarah undefeated at this time?
Did you look? To double check that.
I think she is. I think she's still undefeated. She's got a judoka background, judo background.
Yeah,
but
6-0.
Is she 6-0? Yeah. I don't think she has the skill set to beat Chris. And let's be honest, Chris is getting towards the end of, her career. She's at, I want to say she's 40. She might be 41 now. But by then, when is that scheduled for?
It is scheduled for December 13th.
Yeah. I don't know. She'll probably still be 40. But, she's getting towards the end of her career with everything, but she's had an amazing career. But Sarah Collins at this point, she's fought a couple of good people, but she doesn't have the experience to stand with Cyborg, and she's going to have a very difficult time in getting her down. She's Sarah's fought people that Cyborg has fought. She's fought Sinead Kavanaugh, I know, who she got a win against, but Cyborg's at a different level right now, so that's gonna be a tough fight for Sarah. But good fight. This is why you're out there doing it, and she's undefeated. She's beaten everyone. So let's see if you can to beat one of the best that's ever done it.
Hey, I don't care about Cyborg's age. Those hands, the power
Yeah.
she got behind them, I think she's dangerous for anyone. I
So
would
there's no
I
doubt.
wouldn't want to stand across from
I don't blame you.
her.
It's funny because if you really get to know her, she's absolutely one of the sweetest, people out there. She's just a wonderful human being, and to see her when she's, when she's in the back, before a fight, she's always, she's a pacer. She paces and she screams,
Oh yeah.
ah, and it's like, Chris is getting ready, but she is absolutely she's a sweetheart of a person, just one of the nicest people, that you can be around. So it makes it, where you want to root for her based upon how nice she is. And she's got a pig named Manny Porkio.
Everyone go support her OnlyFans. Go follow her
There,
on everything.
there you
Shout out
go.
Chris Cyborg.
Yep.
But on to other news. We recently had Dean Thomas doubling down on his take that the
Doubling.
UFC should trade Ankalaev for Dakota Decheva, which I don't entirely disagree with. I think Dakota Decheva could be a star anywhere she goes in the whole wide world. But do you think this situation is even possible in today's UFC? Or if there is, would it like who in the world would be on the trading market? You know?
Well, they did it with the whole Demetrius Johnson wanted out. Uh, you had Ben Askren sitting there that had retired from ONE FC. So the UFC did that one. It was called The Trade. And so it was, a real thing. I know that they looked at trading somebody uh, for Dakota before. And that person is now sitting in a very high level place for his weight class. He's a champion. And they're very happy with him and stuff. But at the time, it was like, I understood why they were looking at that person for the trade. But uh, to sit there and to give away their champion and Ankalaev, it basically, it says if they were going to do it, it says how little they think of their light heavyweight division and champion, that they would get rid of him for a fighter to come over. I, I'm not saying it's not a a bad thought process by Dean. Dean's a smart guy when it comes to knowing fighters. Dean comes out of let's also put this out. Dean comes out of American Top Team. He was a coach there at American Top Team for a while, before really just working with the UFC. But that's where Dakota's at. So there's a little bit of just a little bit of if you want to say bias, I'm not saying that Dean's biased towards her, but he knows her, he likes her, and he knows what she can do as a fighter and stuff. So I can understand why he would like to see her go over to the UFC. Um, I really don't know. Would it's like in football or baseball or basketball, you get these players that have no trade clauses. If you have a no trade clause, they can ask you and you can accept the trade and say, yeah, I'll do that and I'll go over to that team. Or, you say I have a no trade clause and they have no ability to make the trade. I would wonder if they would have to go to their fighter and say, hey, what do you think about going over to the PFL? Yeah. What was the fighter going to say? How much money are you going to give me? Really?
Maybe. Mm.
I don't know. But I don't, it's like, I can, I'm not, I don't want to put it bad in either way, but I'm like, wouldn't the fighter have to say, okay?
I mean, yeah, that fighter could just say, I'm not fighting anymore. I'm sitting out the contract. I don't think there's a time limit on contracts like
No,
other
there's not.
sports. It's per
Sit on
fight
all
basis.
you're going to be doing is sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
So that's a rough one, but
Yeah. But, fun hypothetical at the end of the day.
good hypothetical.
I'm gonna guess Ben Askren didn't get asked if he wants to go to the UFC. I think they just kind of shipped him off.
Well, all they did is give the contract, and the UFC says, "Hey, do you want to come fight?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Okay, I don't blame him.
Me neither. But
And God bless Ben Askren. I hope you're doing well, brother. Ben with his double lung transplant. You know,
hey,
bad things happen to good people, but they fight their way out of it, and that's what he's doing.
a true inspiration. Forever
Yep.
funky.
Forever funky.